Allow yourself to completely have a moment here where our muscles get to absolutely relax. It's like our muscles are jello, and you're completely one with the ground right now. It's nice to have this moment of contrast where we do get to have a place of stillness and effortlessness before we start working on our muscles. So really just enjoy this moment to not have to do so much. And starting to connect with our breath, begin to let the inhales and the exhales go very deep. Part of what we'll be focusing on today is making sure that we include the breath all throughout class. So this means that some of the poses will be linked with the breath, and I really want you to accentuate the breath. So if we're doing an exhale here and an inhale here, really try to make that like a pumping of the lungs, like a huge bellow trying to feed a fire. And if we're doing other breaths, like the breath of fire for an exercise or other things like that, try to be with the breath. Know that you can release the exercise if you need to, but try to maintain the breath. So we've got the breath flowing for us, helping to pump our lungs, because the breath is prana. It's the movement of our life force. The word we use in Sanskrit is pranayama, that movement of our vital life energy. And so if we do nothing else in our class today but get our lungs pumping to fill up our body with that prana, then we will have had a successful class. And so really let that be your focus. Above anything else, let your breath be the ruler today. And so with that idea to help lead us into practice, let us start to take our knees into the chest and really enjoy this chance to have relaxing breaths. So really let yourself fill up the lungs, maybe to 100% capacity, maybe not, but purposely try to get it just a bit deeper than normal. And from here, we'll start off with a nice easy exercise. Our left foot will be planted on the ground. Our right leg will go up to the sky. Anytime we're lifting the leg back up to the start position, that will be a nice inhale. Anytime we sweep the leg around like a circle, that'll be an exhale. So it's just one leg taking circles. So when you're ready, take an inhale to prep, keep it from the top. Exhale, circle down. 2 more to this direction. And then reverse after this last one. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg is up to the sky, just relaxing. Grab onto the leg to help stretch it out. Just a simple moment to be with that extension of the leg. The breath is still pumping for us, even when we're relaxed. And see if you can find a way to get deeper. So that might just mean taking a little bit of bend out of the leg. That might mean trying to pull the leg a little bit closer. We're trying to find a beautiful depth. And then from here, Let your left leg hover right above the ground. And we're going to take straight leg switches. So exhale, anytime the leg comes up and it touches your calves. Exhale, switch. Trying to fill the lungs even deeper. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't have left leg up, take one more switch. Make sure right foot's planted nice and relaxed. Arms can just drop down to the ground. Pointing the left toes, pick one direction to start the circles. Remember, it's inhale at the top, exhale to sweep around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching directions. If you ever get a pop in the hip bones, just make your circles a little smaller. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. And then grab onto that leg, help it out. Lungs are still filling. Can you enjoy that sensation of ribs extending outward to each side? And find a way to get slightly deeper, whatever that means for this flexibility. Start to prepare for our straight leg switches. So right leg hovers above the ground. And you can use the hands again this time or make it harder by letting go of the hands. So with that set in place, whichever you choose, start to do the switches. Exhale, inhale. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring both knees together. Send the knees into a twist to the left. Just relaxing, reconnecting with our breath. So there's really 3 ways that we can breathe into our lungs. Some people are chest breathers, where you see their chest rise and fall. Some people are kind of rib breathers, where you breathe out into the side ribs and nothing else really moves. And some people are belly breathers, where the belly expands out but the chest doesn't really move. So those are 3 different individual ways that we can breathe. In yoga, we teach that the most optimal way to breathe is to actually include all 3 of those. And sometimes they have to be segmented for us to be able to start recognizing how it is to breathe in those areas. And sometimes, it just takes practice before it becomes the habit of taking the full 3-part breath. So while we're here, even on our side, you may feel how some parts are not as easy to breathe into, but see if you can notice all 3 parts. So feel the belly expand a little bit, side ribs expand out, and even the collarbones rise just a hair. And this way we're able to really fully pump the lungs. So let's lift the knees up, twist it to the other side, and take a little bit more practice with that breath. Belly, side ribs, chest, and then exhale, chest, side ribs, belly, in that order. In this way, we're breathing into all of the various lobes of the lungs. We're not just filling the top parts with oxygen or just the bottom parts. The whole thing is coming from us. One more deep breath, 3 parts. And with our exhale, bring the hips back to the ground. Now bring both legs up to the sky. These double leg circles are going to have both legs glued together, tracing a circle to one direction, say clockwise, and then immediately counterclockwise. Know that your circles do not have to be huge. In fact, I would recommend at least start off with nice tennis ball circles. So take a few of those, inhale at the top, exhale at the bottom of the circle. Switch direction, switching every time. If that's pretty easy, maybe play with a bit bigger. Maybe we're going to more like a beach ball. Maybe we want to go even more. We're lowering down to about 45 degrees maybe. If that's too much, back off to a point that is good. And there might be 1 or 2 of us that want to go all the way, practically grazing the ground before we come up. Just make sure low back does not have to lift off the ground if you're going that low. So let's take 3 more circles, whatever circumference we have. There's 2. If you're going big like me. And 1. Good job. Feet get a chance to just rest on the ground. Knees, take some windshield wipers. Those movements when our legs are floating take a lot of effort in the hip flexor, so this helps to loosen some of that tightness out. And eventually our legs come back to stillness, and we simply sit for a brief moment with 3-part yogic breath. So belly, side ribs, chest, side ribs, belly. If you're not sure as you're breathing if one of these parts is actually flowing for you, place your hands there. For instance, maybe hands go to the side ribs so that you can really feel the ribs pushing outward wide into the hands. Feel how this pause to just breathe is so helpful for us making sure our brain and our heart and our body were all in alignment, able to work on these strong things together. So 1 more 3-part breath. And then from here, we're setting up for bridge pose, so feet are planted, hands are on the floor by the hips. When you're ready to take your inhale, that helps us to rise. Tailbone lifts first, and then 1 vertebrae at a time rises. Exhale, roll down the opposite direction. Tailbone down, lats. Flow with your breath. Inhale all the way full with the lungs. Exhale, rolling all the way down empty. Feel how you can engage the core muscles during the exhale to help squeeze some of that last bit of air out. Taking 3, 2, 1. Good. Adding it a bit more of a challenge. From here, our right leg will extend long to the ground, hovering right above the earth. Now our bridge pose will look like this. We lift our right leg up to the sky, and then we lift the hips directly up and down, and then right leg goes back to hover above the ground. So So we're gonna go for 5 of those. Lift the right leg up, 5. Exhale to lower hips, exhale to lower foot. Here's 4, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. Planting right foot, left leg hovers. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Planting the left foot, both knees fall over to the left. The shoulders stay open on the ground, so perhaps reach them left and right. The muscular movement that we'll do from here is that we resist the way as, like a clamshell opening, this top knee rises up. Really feel your muscles engaging to slowly lift, and then squeeze them back together. Imagine you've got resistance bands that you're working against, so you're creating your own resistance. Nice inhale, and then exhale the whole way down. Taking 5 more to this side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rock the knees all the way over to the second side. Look like we're in a twist for a moment, but then top knee rises, creating its own resistance, and squeeze it. In the slower movements like this, it's really a great opportunity for us to completely bellow breath our lungs. Like we're trying to feed a fire. It's as much air as we can possibly get in, as much air as we can squeeze out. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. So from here, just take another moment. Knees even come into the chest. A hand goes into each knee. Do little circles that feel good. We start to feel more and more of those muscle groups all around the legs and the core engaging with us. Okay, so this next one is one where the breath is extremely key to the whole movement. It's called Pilates 100s. The idea is that our legs take a shape that they can hold. So this could be a straight line tilted down if that's what you can maintain for quite a while. You choose how far it goes down if that's the case. You can even bend the knees to make it a little bit easier, or even set the feet all the way down to be the easiest. The upper body is lifted, our hands at our sides, and we will be pumping in this way. It goes quick. We take a 5 quick pulses for the inhales, and then 5 quick pulses for the exhales. That full breath cycle is counted as 1, and these are called Pilates 100s because we eventually go through 10 full cycles, or in other words, 100 pumps with our hands. So essentially the breath, if you need an example of that, it's like, so that would be 1 full breath cycle, and we go for 10 cycles of that. So choose an angle where your legs can maintain themselves for those full 10 cycles. Arms are at the sides, and when you're ready, start your inhales. Last one. And drop the feet all the way down, rest the head down. Allowing the arms to go far down by your sides, so that pulls the shoulders away from the ears. From that placement, let the right ear drop down to the right shoulder. And because we're pulling the left shoulder down, this is really helpful to get a stretch along the side of the neck. Good. Arms continue pulling down as that head goes back to neutral. And then left ear down close to left shoulder. That's when you should pull on the right side. Good. As you release, let the hands support the back of the head, lifting the chin into the chest. We're stretching the back side of the head. Little tiny movements here are feeling really good. You're absolutely welcome to take that. Good. And then as the head rests back down, you're going to take rolling like a ball here. So the easiest variation, just hold onto your thighs, rolling up to balance, and then rolling back down. Only if you want to start making it harder, you start to bring the shins up, maybe walking the hands further down the legs. Or if anybody wants the hardest, that would be straight legs the whole time. That one's kind of fun because catching the balance at the top is a definite core thing. Take 5, 4, use your exhale back, inhale up. There's 2, and 1. Good, take a nice cobbler. Bottoms of the feet together, just relax your spine. As we start to rise up, if it's easy for you to maintain this position without hands, you're welcome to just stay here. If cross-legged is better for you to just sit without hands, that's fine as well. The breath that we'll be taking here is inhale, huge pump of the lungs, and then exhale, grab something, bring your elbows into your side waist. So it's like a forceful. Okay, so we're gonna go through a few rounds of that. If you get lightheaded, focus slowing down the inhale so you have a little bit more inhale before you exhale it out. Okay, so when you're ready, 10, 5, good. Relaxing back forward. Maybe the feet go a little bit further so you're hitting new spots on your spine. Maybe head goes with the shape of no. And head yes. And you gently can rise all the way back up. From here, letting your toes point, we're grabbing onto the heels or the ankles or shins, whatever's the most comfortable grip. We'll lean back just a little bit so the toes are just barely grazing the ground. And then with a nice exhale, we're going to stretch one leg out. Inhale, return. Exhale, switch. Inhale, back. Just go at the speed of your own breath. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. As you rest your feet at planted place, I'll start explaining the next one. We are going to be in a boat pose, holding while we do the breath of fire. So if you're needing a little reminder, breath of fire is pulsing the exhale out, so you should feel your belly squeeze in. So a little, this is out the nose each time. We do not focus on inhale. The inhale just kind of passively fills up as you relax each time you breathe. So this could be boat pose. This could be your leg extending in boat pose, or if you need an even easier variation, just hold onto your thighs, feet rested down, and lean back a little bit. So any of these is fine. Find your shape. Take a nice inhale. Exhale it out normal, and then begin to pulse. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hold without air for a moment. Inhale, hold with air. Keep on holding. And as we start to drop down, breath is normal. With your left foot in, right foot opens out wide, and then just slide your hands forward. Start to walk the hands a little bit closer to the right leg. And then that for a stretch. And then rise up. Before we switch sides, we have one more little movement. So right foot goes out in front of us. The left knee, kick it up so the left foot is planted. We've got left hand behind us. What we're going to do is we lift the right hand up, is also lift the hips up. So essentially we're taking a wild pose. Actually, go ahead and switch your hands out. Have the right hand down and it's the left hand that lifts first. We're gonna go for 5 of these lifts. When you inhale, you rise up, arm and hips. Exhale, gently lower back down. Going for 4. 3, 2, last one. And then you lower, switch out your legs now. So right foot's tucked in, left leg is wide, slide forward. Walk closer to the straight leg. Good. And then as we rise, we start preparing for the wild thing. So left leg is in front of us, right foot is planted. This time it's left hand down. When you're ready to rise up, lift the hips for 5. And gently down. 4, fill up your lungs. And down. 3, 2, two straight legs out in front of us. Let's just slide our way down. Okay, as we rise back up, set up for tricep dips. Feet are planted, hands are planted. You choose the arrangement that feels best for the wrists. And then we lift the hips up. From here, all we need to do is bend the elbows and then straighten the arms. We go for 10 of those. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lowering down, come onto our knees. Let's bring the right arm up to the sky. And then thread the right shoulder under and through. Not only allowing for a nice twist of the spine, but perhaps you're opening the chest, or perhaps you're squaring shoulders down to stretch the shoulder more. Play with it to open up what needs it the most. Left hand wound around, find it in front of the face, so you can press back up to neutral. Take a nice cat, exhale. A nice cow, inhale. And then spine to neutral to switch sides, left arm up. Spread it under and through. As you're on this side, can you pay attention to the breath? Can you reconnect with that three-part yogic breath? And start to return. This time 3 cat cows. Just follow the speed of your own breath, letting the vertebrae have a nice chest at the top. After them, return back to neutral. Your right leg will come back behind you with the foot stacked over the knee. What we're going to do from here is pop up and down. Trying to get 25 of them nice and quickly. So just keep your breath flowing in and out like a huge pump. So ready? Going for 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the right leg. Send it off the mat to the left side. And then gaze toward that foot. That should push the right hip to the right. Okay, start to release. The right knee goes down. Left side, let the foot stack up. When you're ready, we got 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the leg, send it off to the right side, and push the left hip to the left as you just gaze to the toes. Beautiful. The knee comes back. Let's stretch out the wrists. We're going to lift the hands down so the backs of the hands on the ground. And you could back further your glutes toward your heels. That would be a way to get deeper. Being a little bit more over it would be slightly easier in terms of the stretch. Gently peel the hands up, roll them out very slowly. And then getting the other parts of the wrists, plant the hands down and start to slide them further back behind you. Walking back to the point where that part of the wrist stretches. Beautiful. Coming up, release. From this seated position or from a higher kneeling position or even plopping down to a normal seat, we're going to do some arm circles. So this is going to be a large circle. So pick it to one direction and then let's begin. Exhale down, inhale up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release for a moment. Pay attention to what direction you were just going. So in a moment when we switch sides, we can switch that direction. Maybe roll the shoulders out a few times, preparing for the second side. And then let's reverse. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop it down. Let the fingertips extend as we drop right ear to right shoulder. And switch it out. Beautiful. Let the head be loose, taking a few half circles. Okay, we've got one last hard exercise we'll do, and then the rest of the time we'll just stretch until Shavasana. So this one also has variations that you can work with. It starts off from downward facing dog shape. The first variation would be simply to step your right foot close to the right hand and then back, and then left foot close to left hand and back. That'll be the slightly easier one. You don't have to step all the way. If you can step part way and part way, that counts as well. The harder variation would be to do a jump in between. So you start with one foot forward and then you jump to get to the other side. So you've got an option. The jump will obviously be faster. So when I start the countdown toward the end, I'm gonna go at my pace. If you're taking a nice slow one, just keep on going until I hit 1. Okay? So start off with down dog. If you're doing the jump switches, you need to start off with one foot already forward, so step right foot, and then we're all prepared to begin. Start switching it out. Let the breath flow based on what pace you're going. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's all take a child pose. You made it. It's always a victory in Yogilates when we make it to the end. It's like, yes, I did it. Feel that heart pumping for you. Return into 3-part yogic breath already. Taking 3 more cycles here. Really pump it all the way full. After the 3, let's slither our way all the way down onto the belly. If you're like me and you did the jump squats, that was quite tiring for the quads. So let's take a moment to stretch the quads out. Our right elbow is going to stay propping us up. And then our left hand grabs the left toes. Once you have a grip of them, you're going to try to find the quad stretch. So it's different for everybody how deep you need to go. For me personally, I need to come in close to the glute. If I still need more, I swivel the foot just to the outside of the glute and then start even turning my shoulders forward. So just pick whatever depth feels okay. No need to hurt the knees. And your breath continuing to slow and calm. Let's switch it out. 2 more cycles of breath, all the way full, 3 parts. And then as we release the toes, we come into this Sphinx pose as a back bend. So our hands are gently pulling the hands backwards, which actually brings the heart forward. Feel yourself draw the rib cage forward until the abdominal muscles push out. Notice how even in the middle of that deep back bend, you can still take the 3-part yoga breath. Let's gently lower down. We're going to stack our hands for a moment, just resting the forehead down. This is a good traction for the spine. So let's just rest, enjoying the belly breathing and deeper. Occasionally when I am not very nice to my spine, when my spine is not very happy, sometimes I'll take this pose. This is Indian yoga called alligator pose. And I'll just let my spine be here for a little while. So it's a really nice restorative place to be. Let's take 3 more belly breaths, breathing into the ground. And then let's shift back to another child's pose. Getting the hips to relax all the way back. Sliding up onto hands and knees, step the right heel forward to a half splits. Getting that nice straight leg stretch in front of us. And then planting the front foot, shift your knee over the ankle so that we can start stretching through the psoas, the front of the left hip. So do whatever you need to do to get there. So maybe one hand is on the inside, maybe both hands are on the inside. Maybe we're walking further up to the thigh. It's really personal preference how deep you need to go to get there. And then from here, heel toe the right foot to the right edge of the mat. So both hands can come to the inside for lizard. Some people step on wrists, sometimes I can drop down one elbow, sometimes both elbows. This one's more about opening up this right foot. Okay, back up onto hands. So this right knee underneath you. And we take our splits. Half splits, the leg goes straight and bow forward. bending the left knee. Send your hips forward until you're stretching the front of the right hip. Whatever variation you need to do with hands to get there. And lizard. Foot works its way over that left edge. Both hands are on the inside. Maybe we choose to roll down. Okay. This time as we release, we're starting to head toward our Shavasana pose, taking any last little stretches we need anywhere in between sitting and all the way laying on the ground. So maybe you want one last little leg stretch forward. Maybe you work your way down onto the back and do like a little twist for the spine to each side. Just start to take any of those last things that your body is craving right now. No rush, taking all the time you need. When you do eventually find Shavasana, and no rush if you're still doing stretches, but when you do eventually make your way there, at least take a couple of full, complete 3-part breaths. You don't have to focus on that the whole time, but a few rounds of that will introduce this flow of prana into our system to help us heal and integrate our entire practice into our system. So at least take a few of them, and then you're welcome to simply drift off into this beautiful meditative state that is Shavasana. Allowing inhales and exhales to deepen. Little movements are reintroduced back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Eventually stretching out like we're waking up first in the morning. Taking your time, eventually working our way up toward a seated position, hands joining together in front of the heart. And take a moment just to feel that 3-part yogic breath again. Belly, side ribs, chest. Exhale, chest down, side ribs in, belly. I think if nothing else, if we made that change, that we included more of our time using this breath, I think that our health would significantly improve, allowing oxygen, this vital life force, to flow freely into our system. So at least for now, at least for today, we'll try to include this breath, trying to remember it when possible. And so with that reintroduction of prana, a huge amount of life force into our system, with that idea to lead us on, let's wrap up the wonderful time we got to share together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.